Yo. Yo, yo. Hi, are we live? Are we live? I'm just waiting for the guys, seeing if we are live. Just seeing if we're live. Not sure if we're live yet here. I'm Joe Murray, waiting for the guys to come in. I sent them a notification to come in, so we will see if they are joining our meeting soon. Just waiting for the other participants to come in. Sent it a little while ago, so I assume we're live. I'm Joe Murray. We're going to be joined by Sean Sylver today. Also, we will be joined by Mike Sarge Riley, who will be here today as well. So, waiting for the both of them. Here is Sean Sylver joining the conversation. We'll get him up and going in just a second here, and of course, Mike Sarge Riley, who says that he will be here. So we're waiting on him. Whoa, look at this guy. How you doing? Uh-oh, Sean.
Joe, what's up?
There you go. I can hear your audio now.
I have myself muted. My bad.
No, it's all good, homie. I think we're live. I don't know.
It says live on YouTube.
I mean, it says live. But we'll get it going today. I know we sent out an email, all of us together.
Yeah.
I'm
setting the scene, setting the old agenda.
Yep.
Where's Sarge?
We're waiting on Sarge. A beautiful day outside today.
They haven't hit his music yet, so he's not coming down the aisle.
What would be Sarge's music?
Yeah.
What would be Sarge's music if he was going
Sarge is the DJ among the many different jobs that he holds. So I think he should select his own entrance music.
Sergeant Slaughter, how's that?
Okay, we could do that.
You can do that. No, you know what, Sean, I appreciate that. It's very kind of you to say that. It's I work with a lot of DJs. I'm like an MC. I do the front end of it more, but I can do the DJ stuff, but mainly have those guys do all of it. So
I make mine easy. Man in the box, Alice in Chains, get it up and going, dude. I'm the man in the box.
Yeah.
I don't know what Sylver. I don't know what we just start playing Macho Man music. I don't know, dude.
We actually did that at the Sylver wedding when they introduced the couple.
Really, the Macho Man
came out with a little pomp and circumstance, and then we switched it into a little song by a band called Electric Six called "Danger High Voltage," which really pumped. So
I like
that was the one time in my life when I've gotten to have theme music was when I got married. So gotta mix the wrestling in for that.
Nice. Yep. Well, we will do some wrestling today, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just kind of, you guys do whatever you want. I'll just keep us on track. How about that?
I'm like the bum out of the three of us here. Joe's got like his studio with his professional mic. He's got all his memorabilia in the background. Sarge has got the belts. He's got the headphones on. I'm here, MacBook, unfinished basement, still no photos on the wall.
But Sean, that's the next project.
I'm working on it, man.
I know you're out there gardening, working on fences.
I enjoyed my gardening this morning. What a great day for some work in the garden.
It's a beautiful day out.
But it's beautiful. But I mean, like, I don't know. You're gonna start thinking about what you could put back there. You know what I mean? I just found some stuff I didn't realize I had, so I'm gonna start posting those up behind me. I don't know if you guys can see. I just added the Wallach head. That is new.
Joe, you are in your basement, right?
Yeah, and if you've ever been down here,
no, I have. Do not put that in your living room. So there you go. Leave the Wallach head in the basement. Don't put it in the living room, right?
Yeah, it's staying there. But I got tons of.
I don't think the Fresh Hawaiian would like that.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah.
So we'll do some wrestling today, guys, because we can talk sports whenever we want.
You got basically like 2/3 of WrestleCast, a lot of WrestleCast 98.5 episodes.
Right, baby.
Plus the hottest wrestling podcast free agent out there in Sean Sylver.
Now, listen, Sean. I have my own podcast that does talk wrestling, and I'm glad to be the third man, not Hogan style or anything.
Who's the third man?
Well, Sean, let me say this: if you would ever like to be a guest on the Wrestling Inside the Ropes, like Joe Murray is once a month for the pay-per-views, you, my friend, are in. So it's an open invite.
I'll tell you this, and I know that Joe, sent a full breakdown of today's show with a lot of current stuff.
Yep.
I'm not watching a ton of the current product right now.
You're not missing much.
But if you ever go old school, I'm your guy.
So
I guess we should just start it off with.
Well, actually, can I just say real quick?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Jimmy and I, and Joe knows this. He did it a couple of weeks ago. We're doing during the quarantine one match to watch, like go back into the archive. So I do have to watch one this week. Joe and Sean, before you start, Joe, can you give me a recommendation for a match to watch this week, like within 30 seconds or less? Go ahead.
How about, since the Undertaker is having his documentary, why not the greatest match of all time, HBK and Undertaker?
WrestleMania 25. Because last week I did Mr. Perfect, Bret Hart, SummerSlam 91.
Awesome.
John, what would you go with? Yeah, I knew you'd appreciate that.
Oh, I mean, well, if we're talking Undertaker,
you do what you want. Any match.
That Undertaker Michaels match was great, but the Mick Foley Hell in a Cell, you could get a ton of mileage out of that. But have you guys already done that?
We might do a watch along. Give me one real quick, so I want Joe to get back on track here. Poor guy.
Well, I mean, and one thing that we might bring up here, WrestleMania 3 on FS1 this week.
Oh, that's what I was going.
Had to do it, had to watch it, and of course, Savage Steamboat. But I think throughout my wrestling fandom, I've always been a big fan of technicians who can also hold their own in the mic.
Yeah.
So maybe Punk Cena for Money in the Bank would also be a cool one.
Joe did that a couple of weeks ago, but yeah.
Great minds think alike, dude. That's what it's all about here. Real quick, the WrestleMania 3 that happened this week.
Yeah.
I watched it. It was current, dude. I bet you the ratings are through the roof as well. But there was the honky tonk man Jake Roberts, right?
With Alice Cooper.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. But what I mean by it though is like Jake lost. Right.
Yeah,
the Junkyard Dog lost to Harley Race.
Yep.
But like nobody back then, it didn't even matter, right? It was about who had the better. Like he walked out with Harley Race's robe.
Ricky Steamboat, Macho Man.
Yeah, and Ricky Steamboat won.
Yep.
And won the title. Yep. And had George the Animal Steel in his corner as well. But there were so many. Bob Uecker was the one who announced the Hogan Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people did Jimmy Hart actually manage at this event?
Yeah, he managed a lot of guys over the years, and
they mentioned that Dirty Ref was the Hart Foundation's partner, Danny Davis.
Danny Davis,
who's a Boston guy, local guy.
Yeah, and I heard from Dover, New Hampshire. And I'm like, what?
Yep.
What Dover, New Hampshire? And it's just like, but it was a good event. I was looking for Fred Dutcher. He said he was in the 7th row. I'm still looking for him.
He couldn't afford the 7th row. He couldn't afford that.
I don't know, man. The way he talks about it.
Well, now he can because he brags all the time. But I mean, no. He would not. He's too cheap to pay for that too. We know that.
No way, dude.
There is a.
Hopefully that one doesn't come back to bite you.
Go ahead, have fun with it.
There is a picture that I saw of Fred a number of years ago that he posted, and he's like, "This is me at WrestleMania 3." It's a clearly like teenage Fred. So, and I think he was right down near the ring when the picture was taken. So,
can I give you guys a hot button topic right now?
Sure,
yeah, go.
Becky Lynch is stepping away from WWE to become a mother.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. And please don't think I'm insensitive by any way with any of these comments. This is just a hot button discussion.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to see somebody walk away when they're at the height of their game, right?
Yeah.
This is all she's ever talked about. She came to the United States and had no friends, and in a way, like, we joke about it, Sarge, but like, I want to blame Seth Rollins. You know what I mean? I want to be like, oh, this bastard, this selfish guy, but
she quite a story though. I mean, she was airline attendant. I don't want to use the word steward because I'll probably go to jail for that now. And she worked her way up, and from Ireland, paid her dues. Really didn't have that respect for the fan base. Like, I mean, she was good, but she wasn't where people categorized the Charlottes and the Sasha Banks at the time. Mm-hmm. And then it just became so natural with Becky that she became the man. And here she is, kind of like the advent of Austin 316, how that all took off. It was very similar to this here, a parallel with Becky Lynch of the man, and becoming larger than life to beat Ronda Rousey at a WrestleMania, to headline a main event at a WrestleMania with Charlotte in there too. That is one damn hell of a accomplishment.
My only thing is, I thought it was Ronda that was going away, Sylver. Like, I thought it was, I thought it was her that was going to have a kid. And
she was trying. She's still trying, I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, who knows what happens there? Obviously, for people, it takes different lengths of time to conceive a child. So, who knows what's going on there, or if Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins was planned, or if it was an oopsie. But I mean, as far as Becky Lynch, she wrestled in the bingo halls and did all that, worked for Shimmer, worked in the indies, did all that stuff for years, finally gets her chance and made good of it. I mean, the women's champion for over a year, but, kind of like I was going to draw a parallel from Becky Lynch to Steve Austin, kind of like Mike said there. Like, nobody said, hey, Steve Austin's not a good wrestler. He just wasn't considered the cream of the crop all those years when he was in WCW. He was the U.S. champ. He was down the card. He didn't have a prime position in WCW, and he came over. He did some ECW. He came over to WWF, paid his dues, and then a veteran wrestler has a mid-career explosion. Just think of what Steve Austin could have been like if he had hit and really connected people when he was like 25 years old. He was an older wrestler. His knees were beat up. And again, timing is everything. Becky Lynch, a little more advanced in her career, in her mid-30s now, has a child, has got to take some time off. So good luck to her. Yeah, Joe, that's weird. I mean, like Finn Balor having to give up the Universal title right after he won it. Yep. Daniel Bryan having to give it up, a number of years ago. Like, this isn't stuff that they really did back in the day. The whole, like, I have to step away. I have to, you fought through your injury, or you had an angle where they could get the belt off you quickly. Like we mentioned Steamboat a little while ago. Steamboat wanted to spend some time with his wife because they were having a kid. Vince McMahon was like, no, you're not going off the road. It flipped it to Honky really, really quick. So, that's not something you saw back in the day with wrestling. Where somebody would, hand the belt over like that. It's much more common now as we try to take better care of these performers.
And you guys know that kayfabe is just dead. So what's the point of hiding anything at this point? Right. I mean, they even did have a little storyline of Becky and Seth with their real life relationship. I had cringe moments on that last year. Yeah, wasn't that terrible? Awful. But just like that there, and then the fact that she is saying that she's pregnant, what's there to hide? I mean, you can't hide much in 2020. I mean, the government's probably watching this right here with us right now, So
you're damn right, Mike.
Yeah, be careful what you say, kids.
Right? Yeah, I mean, we got to be careful what we say on the Weekenders. There's a lot of people who are listening out there. Marshall ran the numbers. He posted them on Twitter. These shows are getting some eyeballs. So
I don't know. I don't know where we're being viewed right now, guys.
On YouTube, Joe.
No. I
Did you go to the YouTube page? I'm going to go right now on my other computer.
Do it.
I bring two computers.
Do it. So, guys, I don't know what the hell's going on with me.
What's the matter?
This is like the 7th show I've done for the Weekenders, and I can't get it right. I can't.
Well, why? What's the matter?
Well, I don't know. There's a Marshall account. There's a Weekender account.
Oh.
I have my own account.
Yeah.
And like last week we did a show, and I don't know where it went. Right?
Somewhere in outer space.
I mean, I go on Zoom. I send you guys an invite. It connects to YouTube. That's it.
Well, that's all that. Yeah.
But why are we not on the damn channel?
You telling me the show with Tucker disappeared?
Let me see, Joe.
It's somewhere in the depths of the sea.
Well, it does say live on YouTube right now.
But what channel are we on?
The Weekenders.
No, we're not.
You're
right. I think, you're right, Joe. It is not live.
Yo, I'm not seeing us on here.
Like, where the hell are we?
Yeah, you're right. I'm looking right now.
You know what? I'm out. You know what, Marshall? Out. I'm not in control of this anymore. Someone else. You give it to someone else. Clearly, I can't do it. I can't.
Murray.
And just so you guys know, I do a podcast every single day.
Yeah.
Get people in, no problem, easy peasy, beautiful cover girl, right? No, this stuff, no. I don't care if whatever.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, Joe. I'm trying to do view stream on YouTube. Here we go.
Who's going to be our IT guy here?
Well, I think it's here, but keep talking though. We got 45 minutes.
Joe, I was going to ask you about your week on just sitting here because you're mixing up. You're having different guests every day. And, I admire you busting your ass through this whole quarantine thing and, keeping some semblance of normal radio propriety going on here. But how was your week? I mean, I tuned in. I think you were with Mason one day. I saw Julian Edlow another day. What was going on this week on the pod?
We had a big week. Just so we know, we're on the Marshall Hook channel.
It is live. It is
live. We're live on Marshall Hook's channel, which I don't know why.
How do you give the link out to that? Do I search Marshall Hook on?
Yes, do that. He just sent it to me, a photo actually.
Yeah.
Marshall's like always lurking in the background of these things. There we are. My meeting, Marshall Hook.
Boom. Pop that out there to our listeners. Pop that out there on Twitter.
There you go.
And then we'll all retweet it. Anyways, yes, just sitting here. Great podcast. It's about an hour and 90 minutes a day. Yesterday was was one of the best ones of the week. We had John Anik, the voice of the UFC. We played a little bit of that this morning on the DraftKings Over Under show, but there were 3 events this week, and this brings up a good conversation here. Yeah. The UFC had 2 events this week, and then another one tonight. One fighter tested positive for COVID-19, and 2 other people. They sent them home, but the show went on. No one else tested. They tested everybody beforehand and afterhand. I asked John Anik about his experience. He said, it was a little scary, but the swab they did a swab twice.
Yeah,
everything worked out. The events were great. So I asked you guys this: is this the blueprint now to go forward? Is this the blueprint now? Major League Baseball within the last hour just came out with a proposal of what they want to do. And what they want to do is have people tested daily. They want to quarantine people for at least 48 hours for when they first arrive.
Yep.
But baseball is, here's my deal, guys. We're all going to be exposed to something. I think if one person gets tested, you can't shut the whole thing down. That's my biggest takeaway with UFC. Like, for me, if someone's tested, you put them away. What the Major League Baseball is going to do is they're going to let you bring 50 players to camp. So, like, you can have a taxi squad. There essentially won't be any minor leagues, but you'll have a taxi squad. Someone can't play, bring another one up, quarantine someone for 2 weeks. But I just think that what the UFC did this week is the blueprint. I applaud Dana White. Dana White has been the trendsetter, the trailblazer. Guys, listen, I understand there's a pandemic going on. I understand people are sick, people are dying. But at the same time, we need to set dates. We need to set goals. And I think what Dana White this week was an absolute home run. They have a 3rd one tonight. 3 in a week, guys. That means that these other sports should be able to get back at it.
So if I could just say something, Joe, I know you say Dana White is kind of like the pioneer on this here to get back to normal. Go back a little further. Vince McMahon, he didn't hold back. He's with the wrestling and so forth. These guys are still performing.
Yeah, but where is Roman Reigns?
I know that. I understand that. But,
and listen, you're right, Mike. The show, AEW, the show has gone on.
Look what AEW's done.
But I'm just saying, the UFC is a professional sport.
I know it
where
is. I know.
The other is sports entertainment.
Right. So I'm just saying that that may have gotten the ball rolling by those guys starting, and now you have UFC in that majority. And now golf is coming back next weekend, of course, for that skins match with, well, I guess a charity match. Yeah, Brady Manning
tonight,
and all that.
Tonight there's a charity one this weekend.
There is,
but
Rory tonight. But then also, you talk about we need dates and everything. I mentioned this last week with Marshall and Ted Johnson. And say what you want about Roger Goodell, but he's had a clear and concise message the whole time here. He has said over and over that the NFL will go on. And to his credit, he is not canceling anything yet. Like, okay, as Joe says, we're in the pandemic here. There's a crisis mode and everything. I'm not going to get political, I promise you, but I don't agree with how some of these governors and mayors are throwing everything out for the entire summer ahead of us. Why? And I understand planning purposes, but can you do it a little at a time instead of like the whole month of July, the whole month of August, in September and everything? Maybe like, well, I'll tell you what, at this date next month, we will let you know about the month of July. So June 1st, we'll evaluate, we'll give you an announcement for the month of July. July 1st, we'll give you an announcement for the month of August. It just gives everyone a little bit of hope, a little bit of positivity, because otherwise we're losing our, you know what? Everyone is going bananas here.
Our crap.
So,
We're losing our crap, our bananas.
So keep the dates out there. Give everyone that little sign of hope. Don't throw it all out at once. That is what Goodell has done with the NFL. He said, we will deal with the challenges as they may come about. And I think that's great. So for what Dana White did here, that is a step in the right direction. But for these other pro sports to do that, they got to get something down. Give us some sort of communication and that sign of hope right here.
Yes,
how do you feel, Sean?
How was that?
How do you feel about that?
I mean, Sarge has a good point. I mean, I'll be straight. Like I'm not worried about people calling me a wimp. I'm scared. You know, I got a 2-year-old here. You know, I got a father who health wise isn't in the best of shape, and you know would be susceptible to this sort of thing. Certainly, you know. So I'm trying to take all the precautions I can, and you know, just like most people, I feel are out there. But at the same time, you know, for you know, a sports league or any sort of, you know, any sort of part of industry that is aggressive, but like cautious. So aggressively cautious.
Right.
In what they do, you know, I think so long as it doesn't blow up in their faces, I think that's, you know, a fair thing to have. And I get what you're saying, Sarge. You know, we do need some optimism in this day and age. And it really sucks to look ahead to things and say like, oh man, that thing in August I was really looking forward to. Scrap that already. I mean, you know, it's a lot. And I know that planning goes into this, and, you know, the world has been in a comfortable little cocoon where everything that you expect to happen has been happening for years, and all of a sudden it's not happening anymore. And that's a lot to take. But yeah, it really could do a lot. So in this sense, having something to look at, having some, again, aggressive means of getting back out there, but being cautious about it, that's a blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to do sports, guys, because, you know, obviously it's what we do all the time. But Blake Snell's comments.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fine. You shake your head, like, you know. It's difficult, guys. It's difficult. These guys are Sean. You just said you're risking your life, family. You're a father, this and that.
Sure.
You know, these guys, some of them are waiting for their big contracts. Some of them are, you know, some guys, if they don't play this year, lose a year of year of service time.
Yeah, I mean, you got business, you got legacy too. Like you were talking about, you know, a 50-man team with a taxi squad and stuff like that. Say a player who's competing for the MVP all of a sudden tests positive. You know, like there's all kinds of, this is just unprecedented stuff that we're dealing with right now. And that's,
and not to mention
one of the considerations, your money, your stats, your legacy, like everything is at stake if you're an athlete.
And the only thing I didn't like that was said was, oh, you know, for this amount of money, I can't do it. I can't risk it. Like, just say it's about your health, man. Don't say it's about the money.
Yeah, seriously.
In the end, we can't disrespect anybody who says it's about their health.
Right.
And that's my whole thing with
never
card you can always play.
Yeah.
And listen, bringing that back to wrestling, like, you know, Roman Reigns didn't come to WrestleMania. Well, you know, the guy had cancer, lymphoma, like just a few years ago or a year ago. You know, the guy's wife was pregnant with twins.
Yeah.
You know, one of the big stories right now is Sami Zayn doesn't want to show up. They stripped the title of him. He's actively and publicly saying whoever becomes the next champion should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah.
And I get it. The show has to go on, but you know, it's interesting.
For the safety, I mean, and it kind of brings it. I know it's two totally different things, but it's similar to like when Vince McMahon had the deal with Saudi Arabia He still does. And a lot of those guys didn't want to go over there. And John Cena, one of the guys, very open about not going over.
Yep.
Similar to this right here, with people not wanting to perform. But this is, again, two apples and oranges. If you don't feel comfortable doing it where your life is on the line, then it's a no-brainer. It doesn't make sense. I heard on the midday show this week, it was brought up for a comment, not with Major League Baseball, but with the NFL coaches. Like, you have some assistant coaches that are nervous about playing this season in the NFL. They're old timers, like in their 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
They're not feeling too comfortable being out there in the same locker room with these guys. So stuff you don't think about, like us as fans, sure, we want it back. We're going crazy. But there's a lot of things you don't think about that go into the future of sports returning here, as it did. I mean, you look at Fenway Park, look at how tight that is, too, with the crowd. The concourse there, that is just
no distancing there, baby.
Nothing. So it's it's really a unique time we're living in right now.
All right, I'll wrap everything up. We'll kind of go. Let's just shoot out a few things that. First, Sean, you spitballed a couple of things.
Yeah.
Your buddy Pat, and his 10-year-old daughter wrote a children's book during quarantine.
Yes.
They made it an ebook. There's a donation people can do.
Yes.
This will be recorded. We're not live. Well, we're live somewhere.
We are live.
But
I confirm this.
We'll post it to our audiences and people can
retweet that, Joe.
We'll repost and retweet. Yeah.
But tell us about that. And then the other thing is a friend of yours is getting married next month.
Yes.
God bless him. They're not having a traditional bachelor party. His biggest fan is Bill Miller.
Yep.
And I looked on Cameo. He is not on Cameo.
Well, of course not. I mean, do you feel like Bill Miller is the type of guy who would be on Cameo? Pretty low key player.
04 Red Sox. I don't know. I think everyone on that 04 Red Sox. I mean, Royce Clayton from 07 should be on there. He stole a base and we all won tacos, But no, really, this is what you should do. And I've done this in the past. Contact Red Sox PR.
Yeah.
Hey, could you get, there's an alumni. They'll reach out to him. I guarantee.
Could we get Bill Miller for a Zoom call for my buddy's bachelor party?
Yeah, and I think you could.
I'd also check with the Dodgers too, because he was with them.
Yeah,
and he was a longtime Giant as well. I've done some stuff, and I'm sure you guys have too. With working in sports media, but I know for articles I've written, I've reached out to Major League.
Yep.
Media relations or alumni relations staffs, and they've been very, very helpful. So hey,
Bill Miller, we're calling your name.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're on notice.
If anyone knows Bill, tweet us.
Yes.
Hook us up.
We got to hook up this dude's bachelor party. But anyways, tell us about the book.
Yeah. So my buddy Pat Bonner, he's originally a Milton kid. So you are Joey Murray from Hyde Park. You and Manny Del Carmen are of the same similar vintage.
Who we used to play Rich Hill.
Rich Hill and Pat are the same age, right?
Oh, okay. So about a year older than me. Okay.
Yeah. So Pat and his daughter. Pat has 3 kids. They're all home during quarantine, and he used to, he made up like a bedtime story for his daughter a number of years ago when she was real little. Now she's 10. And they always kind of kept adding to the bedtime story. And so when they were home home during quarantine, his daughter's like, hey, how about we make like a real book out of this? So they did. And it's like 50 chapters. It's like a real in-depth, like Harry Potter fantasy, like the girl can jump in and out of books and do all kinds of cool stuff. And, like stuff that really gets kids going.
Yeah.
So, but his daughter, Stella, was like, I don't want to, try to publish this. I want to help people. So let's sell this as an ebook. If people donate $10, we'll give it to Feeding America, and we can help people who are struggling right now. So their original goal was $500, and that came in a day. And in the last 2 weeks, they've reached 25 grand. They've been on Channel 5 News. They've been in the Patriot Ledger. A couple of news stations in New York picked it up. It's all over the place. So it was a stunning success. Kudos to my friend and his brilliant daughter.
Dude,
that's incredible.
Having a real good idea to help people. I just thought it was, a nice thing to share. Like,
it's awesome.
Oh God, yeah, that's incredible.
Good in the world, man. So
anything we can do at this point, like I know Sarge is doing things on the side.
Yes.
Staying busy. We know that he likes to do charity work. I know you did something last night, Sarge, and whether it's bingo or trivia or something to that degree, it's all proceeds go to charity and stuff like. But anything you can do right now during quarantine is like, I mean, hey, Chris Cotillo, guy we know. You know, this guy's raising money selling memorabilia. Like the stuff he's doing right now is
little auction he's got there.
You know, it's outstanding. But the thing is, the people have come out of the woodwork. Like Alex Cora has come out to help, and people have come out to help. Guys are giving things up. So anything in quarantine those are feel good stories, guys.
Sean, put that story on Twitter, please. I want to retweet that, and I'm going to even buy a copy to help them out in that.
Oh, fantastic!
No, that's awesome. I mean,
okay, that brings up the next topic.
Yes.
What's that?
I've been asking everybody who joins Just Sitting Here, the podcast that happens Monday through Friday at noon.
It's a very good show, by the way. Very good
Twitter,
show.
Spotify, and Facebook Live, and YouTube. What is the most obscure purchase you have made in quarantine?
Boy,
obscure purchase.
And listen, let me just say, all right, I'm saying obscure purchase, but something that you have purchased that like you never would have done before.
Okay, so that's.
I can share mine if you guys want to.
I'll tell you mine.
Okay, go ahead. You go first, mine.
I actually just got it in the mail yesterday via Amazon. A back shaver to shave your back, because the waxing places are not open right now. And
wait, you get your back waxed?
I have, yes.
Oh my God, Sarge gets his back waxed.
Sarge with a reveal.
I am Team Fred Toucher on that, baby.
Wait, okay. Oh, listen, hear me out. Okay. Yep. So you're like
I have, but I'm just saying. Well, I'm just saying.
Dude in the 40-year-old virgin like that?
Well,
like
not that. Well, yeah, but not the chest, the back though. But I'm just saying, like it was. I've been quarantined 2 months. So I'm like, screw it.
I have a buzz. I have a buzzer, and I do my shoulders.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm the same,
I like
Joe.
to be groomed.
Come on.
Kid likes to be groomed.
And then every once in a while, I'm like, hey, can you get this spot back here somewhere?
Joe, this thing is awesome. I'll even pull it up here right now. It's great.
I don't know if I want to watch Sarge.
No. You're not going to watch me do it, but I'll show you the tool.
Okay, that's really obscure. I got one.
You wanted it. You got it.
I did Instacart, which I could just get my fat ass to go to the store.
Yep.
But I didn't want to wait in line. I didn't want to, and I kind of wanted to like help somebody else that like does this for a living. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the funny part of this is they gave me everything I wanted, but I ordered a 12-pack of Diet Dr. Pepper, which is my new drink of choice.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't get my Diet Dr. Pepper, but I got an extra bag, and the bag had like a thing of baby spinach, a head of lettuce, a big head of broccoli, and a bag of 6 avocados.
Wow.
So you guys know me, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm out on, right?
Salad, vegetables.
You don't like avocados.
There is not one thing in that batch that I want.
You don't like baby spinach. I don't think you like
No,
that.
out.
Yeah. See, I love spinach. You don't like spinach?
I like creamy. I like creamy spinach. And I like some spinach. But anyways, point of my story is someone messing with me. They're like, Joe, we're not going to give you the soda. You really need the avocados. Like,
you don't like avocado, huh?
No.
It's good for you, Joe.
I'm afraid of it. But anyways.
Oh, it's great.
But hear me out. That's obscure. Like, I could have just done that on my own. But I feel like someone was like, Joe, is this Joe? Joe? Like, maybe someone sent a bag to the house. Yeah. Being like, yeah, let's see if this one really gets to Joe. It did. It got to me. And now I might not touch the Instacart again.
Yeah. Wow.
Messing with Joe Murray.
Someone's like screwing with the
like
Joe.
Those beef jerky commercials, messing with Sasquatch. This is messing with Joe Murray. The vegetables show up in his groceries.
You got anything, Sean?
I hated those commercials, by the way. Those
was
were
that
terrible. The messing with Sasquatch.
Yeah. Any obscure purchase, Sean?
I don't know. I mean, I've talked about this with you a couple of times. The wife and I motored through several seasons of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on DVD. So I did not own the DVDs. So I went out, I hit up eBay, bought some used items, wiped them down when I got them into my house. Huh?
You still use a DVD player?
Yeah, of course.
By the way, can I show you guys something?
Yeah.
Instacart just sent me an email.
Wow. Joe, you're being watched, man.
Listening.
Yep, you are being watched.
I don't know what channel we're on, but they're listening.
They're spying on you, Murray.
I've got a bit of an issue. I've done a lot of home improvement stuff. Jim Murray did 5 questions on Felger and Maz yesterday. You know, he usually does it during Gasper and Murray, but he did it on Felger and Maz, and did the 5 questions that have nothing to do with sports. So Maz was talking about all the home improvement projects he's doing, and that sounds about right for someone who has a podcast called Tool Bags. I've been doing some projects too. I just fixed a leaky pipe that had caused my kitchen ceiling to kind of like fall down a little bit in one place. Bad stuff. But I just actually bought a stink bug trap.
I know what those are. Yeah,
We've got these damn things all over the house.
You bomb them or no?
Well,
like you like leave the room and let it all.
I don't think I'm going to do that, particularly with Will the Thrill around. Iffy chemical composition.
Plus, you can't go anywhere. Like if you were gone for the weekend, you could probably do that.
Yeah, that would probably be fine. So I bought this thing. It's basically like a upside down, 2-liter bottle of soda with like a couple of fins on it and a bait in the middle. And I've put 2 of them out in my yard and one up in my attic with a light on it. And they're supposed to go into it. I just put them out, so we're going to see if we can catch some stink bugs.
Nice. I like it.
Hey, Sean, I know you're watching The Masked Singer.
Yes.
Have they announced who it is yet? And I know your buddy, you and Pad.
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yep.
Great guy.
Who's like, I don't know, well known now, I guess, right? Everyone knows Pad. He's like the unofficial member of like members.
He kind of knows like all of us through one way or another. He's known Jim Murray for a long time. He's worked with you. I've been friends with him since college, and he's met Sarge a few times. He's met everybody.
He's like the unofficial, like he's like the Pat Smear of like Nirvana, right? Or like
we gotta get him on payroll here.
That's true. Maybe we can get him in for some.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Get him in for some cameos.
I know.
But
payroll for the weekenders. Guess what? We're all getting $0 checks.
I mean, crap. If you need a third guy, I think we know a good third guy.
Who's the third man?
It's Patrick O'Connor this week. Who? Oh yeah, that guy. Anyway, so have they announced the Masked Singer yet?
So it's not the Masked. It's not. There's not one. There are 18 competitors. So far 15 have been revealed. We are down to the final 3. Here's what I think the final 3 are. I think that the frog is Lil Bow Wow. I think if Patrick has a theory, I don't know who the hell it is. Patrick thinks that the Night Angel is T-Boz from TLC. And then there's also this other guy who's dressed up as a turtle. And I'm saying it's Jesse McCartney, the former teen pop singer. And Patrick is saying that it's Aaron Carter, formerly of That's How I Beat Shaq fame in the early 2000s, the Backstreet Boys' younger brother. So,
all right, question.
It's a wild show, man.
Okay. So is this on Netflix, by the way?
No, this is on Fox.
Yeah,
it's on your local Fox affiliate.
Okay, so, all right, I have a question.
Yes.
Could we ever do this at our radio station? Could we ever have like a masked singer? Because we all know our voices, right?
Yeah.
Like our voices are distinct.
That's the thing. But what about a singing voice?
There you go.
And you're under a mask.
And like the other thing is like, I don't know, if I went out there, you might be like, that's Joe.
This has got Toucher and Rich written all over it. Oh God. Here we go.
So maybe we could do instead of a masked singer, we can just have people sing and be like, have Fred try to figure out like who is singing.
Well, we've already heard Sarge sing, so that would kind of be a giveaway. We've heard several Sarge songs.
Sarge.
Heavy metal. We can do movie themes.
Sarge. I watched Jaws last night, Sarge.
Nice.
Oh, what do you think of that?
I love it.
Yeah, it's good. Good movie.
But maybe we could do it. Like I don't know.
The show is corny as hell. I mean, the premise is ridiculous. You got these people, dressed up in full body costumes. Gronk wound up being one of the guys who was on it. Lil Wayne was the first person eliminated. Drew Carey was one of the characters. So, I mean, it's just like people from all different walks of life. And who's that?
What's going on?
Andy Wong.
You know,
Andy
he called
Wong,
me before the show too.
I'm answering it.
Yeah, tell him I'll call him back.
Hey, it's Andy Wong.
What's up?
Yeah. So I should let you know that I am I am on a Zoom call.
Tell him I'll call him back.
Sarge says he'll call you back. But I'm on with Sarge and Sean Sylver right now.
Hi,
and
Andy.
Oh, hey, Sean, what's up? Tell him I said hi.
What's happening?
I said hi.
Yeah, I didn't get one, huh?
But we're just doing this until 3:00, and then we can call you in 20 minutes.
Yeah, call me later. All right, cool.
You got it, homie.
I'm just cleaning house here.
You got it, yeah. Yeah, man. We'll give you a
We're just cleaning house. All right.
All right, thanks for joining our Zoom.
Hey,
we'll call you shortly. Yep. Bye bye. All right.
All right.
Hey, Andy, we got it.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Hey, Joe.
Yes.
Is just sitting here gonna invite Andy on? That would be a good episode.
I'm eating a Rice Krispies treat.
No questions. I'm eating Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah, no, I'm with Sean on this because one, he can talk about the history of the restaurant, a very well-established one in New England. People all around the world come to the Kowloon. 70 years in business, which is incredible. Family owned, inspirational story, American dream story when you think about it.
Straight up.
Yeah, and all the people that have gone through there. That might be a 2-episode series.
So just so you know, there's an invite there. He said yes, and he wants to go at his own pace. There's a lot going on there right now. There's car hop.
Oh yeah.
In the works, of course. There's stuff going on with the legislature and all that crap. I'm really trying hard not to swear. It's like a real hard thing to do. Yeah. But I want to get back to this, and Andy's always welcome, and that was cool. He dropped in. I hope he's not pissed. Anyways,
he won't care.
Who knows where this is even broadcasting, anyways?
Yeah, I know. So next week, guys, I'm actually going to be on the air for 3 hours by myself on a Sunday.
Oh,
it's because it's Memorial Day weekend and somebody's on vacation, so they asked me to fill in.
Wow.
And I said, yes, I will. But then I got the call and saying, hey, why don't we move you to Sunday and you can do your own thing? And I was like, perfect.
Even better.
Maybe we can do a masked singer segment.
Don't rule it out.
So wait, would you play audio clips of the people?
Yes.
Because we can't all be together in the same studio.
So like what I would do is I'd be like, all right, like
who do you think this is?
Yeah, who is the masked singer? And then like we'll just have them singing like sometimes the snow comes down in June.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes the sun goes round the moon.
Yeah. And then we'll just be like, who is the masked singer? And like maybe people can call in. I don't know.
I like
it, man.
I like it.
And then you give Toucher and Rich a whole thing of content for the week. They don't have to talk about anything else. There you go.
Yeah.
Joe Martin did this week to hear what he did, and boom, you do. Yeah, you just saved them.
Oh, maybe off the air, you guys can give me some suggestions.
Well, Joe, we already did the macho off where you, me, and Dan Soder, and my Macho Man sang a little bit of "Smooth" by Santana and Rob Thomas.
That's right.
Cause you're so smooth. Like that, Joe, huh?
Oh, that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's just like the ocean.
The show went off the rails, guys.
Unmistakable singing voice. Sarge would be eliminated immediately.
I know. Well, it's funny because even you do the PA announcing, and you get these tweets. Hey, sound good. I'm like, damn, how'd you know there was?
You'll never find another love like mine.
Yeah, it's just
someone who understands you.
Yeah.
Anyways, Sarge, you had a thing that you wanted to discuss.
Oh yeah.
I know you have topics on wrestling, but you wanted to do a Riley round.
You want to do that now?
Something that is world famous on Wrestling Inside the Ropes.
That's right.
Let's have at it.
Formerly the lightning round, but I said we got to get a little more original and get catchy, so it is the Riley round. All right. So here we go. As you know, this week, ton of press with the Kowloon. Our good friend Andy Wong just called in a few moments ago. but the rumor and innuendo, now that it is public, they want to.
Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah, like that. They want to do the drive-in movie theater setting at the Kowloon. Social distancing, of course, keeping everyone healthy and safe there. Going to be quite an operation. But my question to you, gentlemen, when indeed this does launch, what should be the first movie to air on the Kowloon big screen? What would
Jaws.
you like there?
Jaws.
Okay. Sean?
Rocky 4.
Rocky 4. Okay. All right.
How about
Sounds
you?
good to me.
What do you got?
I mean, I think it would be appropriate to do something with wrestling, but that's a specific audience.
No holds barred.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I think they're going to do like, I wouldn't be shocked if they do something like a family-friendly thing. So maybe like a Disney
Toy
Shrek.
Story, maybe.
Yeah, Toy Story.
That's
How about-
a big hit in our house.
How about?
right now.
I mean,
Frozen.
speaking
Shrek.
of speaking, oh, I almost went somewhere. I'm not going to do that. How about
Ooh.
Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park. Yeah, there you go. I was just
Why
saying
not?
stuff
Why
like-
not Jaws? Why not Jaws? Is
Jaws
summer's
would be good.
coming?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. Oh, Sandlot.
boom, good
Rookie
one.
of the year. You know, something like that.
Well,
Have a baseball doubleheader. It's a beautiful night. Let's play 2.
Well,
That's
the other
right.
thing too is that it's. I mean, Car Hop seems 50s themed, right?
Well,
So
yeah,
we going Greece first?
you could.
American Graffiti.
And you could do a sci-fi night if you want, maybe like King Kong down the line. I don't know. Have a little fun with that. Star Wars. Star Wars is a great one.
Oh my
So-
God, you could do a whole Star Wars marathon.
you
Oh,
could
that
do
would that place would be jammed for it too. You kidding me?
have everyone dress up. So, all right, I like those ones. All right, with the country slowly reopening here in phases and the Commonwealth supposedly reopening sooner than later, I got to ask you guys. I mean, I live by myself, so there are pros and cons to that during this whole thing here. But I really like, the old saying, Southwest Airlines want to get away. I want to get away somewhere. So where would be the first place you guys would want to travel to once all this stuff is clear?
Well, we gotta. I mean, I'll just steal the thunder from Joe here and go first. But we gotta consider logistics. So, Sarge, you're mentioning living by yourself, and certainly no offense to those around me on a daily basis, but there are certainly some days where I could trade with Sarge and just get a little peace and quiet around here without the 2-year-old running around.
Yep.
So traveling, got to think of logistics. If it's a family trip, I would love to go out to Western Mass, spend a weekend in the Berkshires, maybe go to a brewery, hang out, do that sort of stuff. That's the sort of like fall sort of thing that we would do as a family.
Yeah.
And, would love to be able to actually complete that this year. Nothing too ambitious, although the wife and I, prior to all this going down, were heavily researching a trip to Paris.
Whoa, bonjour.
And we were going to go in May. Guess what?
Yeah, that's
So-
up.
So I don't know. Now things have changed, and the world is obviously quite different. I don't know when we could ever pull that off. So
Okay.
yeah, things have definitely changed in terms of that.
So
All right.
mine is. I mean, obviously, we're now hitting Memorial Day. So like
Next
Memorial Day to Labor Day is like I'm either going to the Cape, I'm going to the North Shore, or I'm going to New Hampshire.
There you go.
And like those, I mean, that's like it for me. Like the lakes, dude, the lakes region is really great. If you ever get a chance to go up to Lake Winnipesaukee or any of that, the water's cold as hell.
Yes.
But try to get a place with a pool maybe, or just drive the Kangamangas Highway. I mean, it's all, Lincoln's a great town. Conway, if you want to go up there,
Love Lincoln. and Conway.
there's
Meredith.
great towns. Yep, Meredith. Yep, and then Tilton. If you want to hit up the Tilton Diner, there's
Yeah.
also a Tilton little outlet if there are outlets open.
Yeah.
But if I went last year for a spot, dude. If you ever get a chance, so people go to Fort Myers. We always hear like Rochi like rave about Fort Myers.
Yeah.
Last year we took a 2.5-hour flight to Fort Myers, got in a car and a 45-minute ride to Sanibel in Captiva Island.
Mm.
It's like the Gulf Coast, dude. It was so
It's
awesome.
nice there.
It's pretty
It's-
fresh, huh?
Fairly inexpensive, and
Yeah.
it's kid friendly too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
it was one of the best. One of the best I've been to.
Well, I'll just tell you where I want to go, and I'm going all out here because, as I said, I'm starting to lose it at times. I
Vegas.
saw this. You got it, Joe. Ding, ding, ding. I saw on the NFL draft. It was probably the saddest thing. The shot of the strip at the beginning, the Vegas strip, with one car going down when it should be jam-packed. Yep, there you go. Brutus Beefcake. I like that, Joe. But I'm ready to go. This is awesome. Sean's got it too. Oh yeah, I am ready to go to Vegas on that. So give me that trip there. 3 more for you guys. 3 more.
Yeah.
Favorite logo of all time in sports. Favorite sports logo of all time.
Oh.
Ooh, this is. I don't want to give the red. All right, so when I was a kid, I had the Gonzaga Zags hat, and I wore that thing everywhere. Best logo in sports.
No, your favorite. Your favorite. I don't care about best. What is your favorite?
Say the Atlanta Hawks Pac-Man is up there.
Really?
Okay. Yep, the old school Atlanta Hawks Pac-Man. Oh man, I mean, I really like the old Seattle Supersonics jerseys and logo. Oh, the Expos, the old Expos logo. Oh, there's so many.
I think hockey kind of takes a cake for like the greatest logos of all time.
There's some good ones.
Yeah, Quebec Nordiques.
I was going to go Nordiques. It's
Whalers.
It's all those teams that aren't around anymore, man.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
we all want to go back to that.
Bruins got a cool logo.
I was on a team once where we were the Milwaukee Brewers because we loved that.
Oh, the hat,
the glove, yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
Well, my favorite right here, the New England Revolution, of course. That's number 1, and a very close 1A, the old Pat the Patriot throwback.
Appropriate for the man named Sarge.
That's right, buddy.
While we're on that, let's have some fun. Sarge, this isn't cutting you off.
No, yeah, I got 2 more questions.
When you think Boston Celtics, who's the first person that comes to your mind?
Larry Bird.
Probably same.
When you think the old Pat the Patriot, who comes to mind?
John Hanna.
Yeah.
when you think the Boston Bee, who is it?
Ray Bork.
I was just say Bobby Orr.
It's an age thing, probably.
When you see a Red Sox symbol or
Ted
anything Red Sox, what do you think?
David Ortiz, Pedro Martinez.
But
Ted's up there.
But you've seen these memes, right? Like, first thing.
Yeah.
So I thought.
No, that's good. I like that, Joe. That's good. I like that. All right, two more for you. Listen, single, ready to mingle here. The kid, So, I haven't been on a date in 2 months. But advice from both of you gentlemen here. Where should I take the maybe lucky person to go out first time everything opens up? Where do I go?
You got to open up the Zoom room.
Oh, we've had the Zooms going. The virtual drinks.
Got to open up the Zoom room.
Zooms are on, and Zooms are the thing.
Now, Mike,
show them the pad.
Mike.
Yes, sir.
Have you been Zooming with one lady?
Yes,
multiple ladies?
Just one, Sean.
I may have some intel on this.
Don't blow the cover, but yes. So, intel.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I know a little something about this, too.
No, I don't think so, Joe.
Sarge, I definitely know.
Really?
Sarge?
All right.
No.
Sarge?
What's going on here?
No. All I was going to say is, Michael, your paramour and I share a mutual friend.
Oh, we will have to talk after the show. Mm-hmm. All right. And finally, if we out on that, if you guys are getting takeout tonight anywhere, Kowloon is closed for takeout. Where are you getting takeout from?
99 curbside gold fever wings, chicken, buffalo chicken.
Oh.
Dude, I didn't even think it came
out.
Ready
to go, Mario. They're ready. I love it. Okay, Sean.
Love to drive 50 minutes to Kowloon and back, but it would be cold. So
it's closed now. It's closed right now.
Yeah, seriously, right? Gavel and Rentham. Great burgers. Just
Zoe loves it there.
Yeah. We do it. We do it. I mean, they're still open. We can get the curbside. So we might even do it tonight.
I got 2 spots right down the street from me. Echo Bridge Pizza. Unbelievable. You walk in there. It is a scene of The Godfather. They haven't changed anything. The old wallpaper. It's a beautiful thing. Nice. And then one of my favorite Irish pub in the world right down the street from me, Dungarron. So one of those two. It's going to be a flip of the coin. Trying to figure it out.
Shouting out the local businesses, Sarge.
That's
Joe
right.
Murray's like, hey, give me the gold fever wings. I'll show for 99. Fine.
You can get the half and half, dude. $12.99. Boom, boom. Curbside, the 99 has got 99 reasons you always come back for more.
Uh-huh.
Is that still the slogan?
If it isn't, now it is because
we should know this.
marketing.
We should know this.
Always a real deal.
Always the real deal.
Well, honestly, like we should know it, but we shouldn't because we're not on the radio anymore for a while.
Yeah.
And you don't hear these ads. And we're also not reading headlines are brought to you by 99 Restaurant. You know,
that's
whatever.
right.
So like I forget the Valvoline one. I forget what that is.
Family size entrees for only $9.99, including
I forget the Valvoline one. That was
they changed it.
There you go.
As an essential business, Valvoline instant oil changes. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, cute.
Blah, blah,
They just got a free plug out of that. There you go.
There you go. So. All right, guys, moving on. Dark Side of the Ring has been a great documentary.
Yeah.
The Undertaker had its first documentary last week.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get your guys' I brought this up last week, so I'm interested in your guys' take.
Mm-hmm.
The Owen Hart one is this week. The LOD was last week. Is very good.
Yeah.
Owen Hart's this week. I want to get your thoughts on that for 1 second, and then I want to put something else in your head.
Yep.
If there was another documentary that you could watch, not sports related, not sports related, something that just hasn't been done yet.
Okay.
Is there one that you would be interested in watching or learning more about that hasn't been done yet? And it could be anything, right? It could be wrestling, it could be sports, it could be real life. We were talking about Jaws. Like, dude, that story of the 1913 the ship, that Quint was on. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'd be interested in seeing something like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that to me is like, whoa. The other one for me is the 90s Blue Jays. We never hear anything about the 90s Blue Jays. We hear about the Phillies, right, that they beat. We hear about the all the teams they play, but we never hear about them because they didn't have like a Joe Carter had a walk-off home run to win, but we don't hear about them.
Yeah, it's almost like forgotten history. It's probably because it's Canada, and
Yeah, so those are just a couple that I have, but do you guys have any?
That's a good one. You know what it wouldn't be would be a sanitized version of what Michael Jordan wants to tell you happened with the 1990s Bulls. I am out. I have not watched a second of The Last Dance.
Oh no, you got to watch it, dude. It's
Protest.
good.
Go in with an open mind, Sean.
It's good,
go in
dude.
with the open mind. Go in with an open mind. And I know there's a lot of ass kissing in there, but it's a good show. It's a good documentary.
The soundtrack alone is good.
It's
The
awesome.
1995 versus the Magic. When Nick Anderson steals the ball, you're gonna feel like a kid again.
Yeah.
But, he could never beat the Celtics. That makes you feel good,
for a minute until just all the ass kissing starts.
Yeah. No, I know you asked about the documentary there. It just one that always comes to my mind are those ESPN 30 for 30s. My favorite one, I think it was June 13th, 94, 6/13/94. The O.J. Simpson, the day of the chase there. And everything that coincided that same day. It was the Stanley Cup parade for the Rangers. The Knicks almost had called off the game there in the NBA Finals against Houston because of the chase for TV coverage. Arnold Palmer's last U.S. Open. Ken Griffey Jr., fastest to break, I think, to get to 400 home runs or whatever. Everything that all happened that one day. World Cup starting in Chicago. It's still a little early right now, but we will see when this is all done, when this pandemic is done, 3/11/2020, the day everything changed. That was when the NBA called off the season, the March Madness, the NHL, everything, just a domino effect. But I think we will see something like that, similar to the O.J. Simpson thing on the ESPN 30 for 30, when the dust clears. It may take a few years, but it will be out there, and I'm very interested to see how that's put together.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally unprecedented what happened. I mean, the scope of this has never been matched. So, sports documentaries focus, as you're saying, Mike, focus on a particular day where there was a lot going on. What about the day where literally everything ended? It's just so crazy because it seems fresh now, and we're reading news every day and seeing stuff online, and it's just like, oh, pandemic. But 10 years from now, 20 years from now, people are going to be like, oh shit, remember when that happened? So
Right.
Oh, there we go. Sylver
Don't-
dropping an S.
Don't worry about it.
You're one of the
Like
dead.
guys like Daniel Bard, I'd like to know about, right?
Yeah,
You know, the Rick Ankiel story,
Sure.
like, you know, going from a pitcher to this. I'd
Joe,
love
this
to know.
is great
I'd love to
stuff.
know about scab baseball players. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
94 strike.
Like the
Yeah.
94 and guys who act like Kevin Millar, right? I mean, Brian Daubach. These are guys that had successful careers, and well, like these are the things that I like. Can someone call me? Can we do these?
Yeah.
Like, I got the mind. You guys got the money. Not you guys. But you know, no offense. But like,
Fair.
I'm ready to do this. Can we do it? Let's do it.
Just sitting here should just morph into a like obscure old school Boston sports podcast where you focus on like today we're gonna call up. You know,
We're already doing it. We just went back to 1510 the zone. Last week I went back to WB&W days. Somebody put Sarge over and getting him a job. It was Tucker actually. Yeah, that's all we do in the show. We go way, and speaking of that, I'm working on it, but I'm trying to go way back with somebody else.
Oh, nice.
Oh
Good.
man, what a guest that would be.
All right, so guys, there's 2 guests I'm trying to get on. 3 actually. I don't know if they have webcams.
We're almost out of time too.
It doesn't matter. We're going overtime.
All right. I'm just telling you.
I got the control. I got the controls. John Hamblett.
Oh.
And Jerry Trupiano.
Nice.
Those 2 I'm trying. And then I watched The Sopranos again. I made the mistake of watching it again. And
There's no mistake in that.
And I'm upset about the ending again.
Yeah.
So I worked with Frank Santarelli. If you guys know him, he was Georgie, the bartender at the Bob Inn. So I'm trying to reach out to him. He's not accepting my questions, excuse me, or my emails. So I don't want to have to go through somebody else, but I want to get him on to talk Sopranos. I don't know. I'll take more suggestions, but I'm working on those 3 at the moment.
Let me work the angles for you on that show. I know some people that may know him.
Yeah, and then I know we know some people who may know Sarge too.
Well, yeah, the first thing I do when I get off this thing is call him Sean Sylver. So keep your phone on, dude. All right. You know too, Joe?
Remember, Mike? Remember we had a discussion about this?
No, I don't. Well, in the show I do, but not like anywhere else.
As my good friend Ming would say, let's take this offline.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say three words for you.
No.
Zoom. Guys, we can wrap up. Anything else? I mean, there was all this whole rundown we can't even get to.
Yeah, because I gotta say this. Sean Sylver and I have talked about this before. I've never really worked a show with Sean Sylver. Like, I would do the tag in for him, or he'd do the tag in for me, because we're essentially like the third guy and maybe a co-host here and there. But this is the first time I've really done a show with Sean Sylver, and this was pretty damn. Not that it's not bad. I don't enjoy working with you, Joe, but to do it with Sean Sylver like this was awesome.
Like, what are some famous triple threats that have happened? Like, there's the 3-legged dog from Alice in Chains, the album.
The match at WrestleMania 20, Sean, Triple H, and Benoit.
That's a good one.
Right.
That's a good one.
Triple threats.
Yeah, we could be like the triple threat.
Oh, Bird, Mikhail Parrish.
Yeah.
But we can't be the big 3 though.
No. Well, and that didn't B Rob have a podcast called the Big 3 Podcast? So
yeah. And we can't be the 3 horsemen.
Triple threat, I like that.
How about a take on the mega powers? Go with the triple powers.
Ooh, or we could be like Demolition.
Oh, there you go.
Who's Crush?
Or we could call
the New Day.
We could call us the Freebird Rule.
That's right. Yep, I like that.
Now we're the 3 of us at any time.
Now we're guess.
I like this. I like this little team here. I mean, I like all. Obviously, I love all my coworkers, and I miss them terribly. But I like this little team here. This is a nice setup.
The Sylver, Sarge, Joko, Zuna.
Hey, and I'll even let you guys choose the title that you want. Go ahead.
That's going to be a winged eagle for me, baby.
Joe?
I want one I can wear around just my chest right up.
Oh, and also I do have the other one.
Looks like big gold for you then, Joe.
I do. I love the old NWA, WCW belt. They need to bring that bad boy back.
They might. Never rule it out. They might.
Never rule out anything in wrestling, as we're learning during quarantine here, because they are really, really, they got some ideas. Not all of them hit, but they got some ideas.
Any final takeaways from you guys?
Just, tell everyone all the time, be safe, be healthy. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. My best advice for you. It leaves a lot out there. No, but seriously, be careful out there. I know the weather is getting nicer out. It's going to be tough for people to contain themselves indoors, but just still use the guidelines that everyone's telling us to do. And we don't want to have a setback here down the line, and just everyone wants to get back to normal. We do. But if we just follow protocol, we will get there. The way I look at it, we are one day closer. So there's no hiding behind that, right?
This is definitely a time to preach and follow and respect patience. It is a very good, a very virtuous thing right now. My closing thoughts, Bill Miller, let's get him on for my buddy's bachelor party. Go and donate to my buddy Pat and his daughter's Feeding America fundraiser. You get an ebook out of it that you can read to your kids. If you got kids, it's really good. I've actually read some of it, and I'm not even that age group. What else are we on? Got some really cool writing projects in the works right now too. That are going to be released to the world as well.
Working in the foxhole.
Yeah, working in the foxhole. I am getting up. I'm trying now. I've been following along pretty well. I'm trying to get up at civil twilight every morning.
Really?
You know when that is?
I'm going to say 4:30.
It's I think it's like 4:52 right now.
Wow.
Well, that's literally the only time of the day that I have any time to myself, and I actually have energy. So I'm getting up, I'm writing, I'm pounding the pavement, getting interview requests in, doing research.
Yeah.
And I get up with even before the sun. I see it come up over from the living room window up over the horizon, and I hear the turkey next door gobbling. So I'm working, I'm grinding. I know you guys are doing your thing, podcasting, Joe. I know Sarge, you're keeping busy. I saw an email you sent me about thing that I hadn't checked my email in like a week, and I was like, oh my God, I totally would have done that.
Well, I do trivia and music bingo. I've been doing a ton of fundraisers.
I would love to do music bingo.
Dude, I'll get
send
you
me that link again if you do music bingo.
The one we did last night was all the proceeds went to the New England Center of Homeless Veterans.
All right.
Last week we did one for the Greater Boston Food Bank.
Hit me with that.
Yeah, no. So, and if anyone out there ever needs that for a fundraiser or a night out or something, family, friends night, because, we're very limited in what we can do here, hit me up. I'm happy to help you out with that. sargesports@gmail.com.
There it is.
On Twitter too. So there you go. All right.
All right. That's all I got, guys. Make sure you have your pet spayed or neutered. Besides that, maybe we can work on a segment on the air for next week.
Triple threat.
Mass Singer.
That could work out.
Yes.
When is the Mass Singer end, by the way?
I think next week is the final episode. They brought it down to 3, and then they will pick one Mass Singer to win. So
that's good. So I can. Okay.
It's Wednesday night at 8, so it conflicts with AEW and NXT. But my wife ain't gonna watch those things, so we watch Mass Singer.
Good move.
All right, I'll work on it.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's it.
I'll work on it. All right, he is Sean Sylver at the Sylver Fox, working in the Foxhole. He is Mike Riley. They call him the Sarge, and he is got his hard hat on, his glasses, and his whistle, and he is doing trivia and bingo. and we can't leave and I'm Joe Murray, by the way, just sitting here at Joey Murray. We can't end the show.
New hard hat comments about Dr. DiStefano. But yeah, there you go.
How do we do it, Sarge? What's the rule?
Your right hand up at a 45-degree angle at your right eyelid. And there you go. Put it away. You got today's Sarge salute of the day, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. We are the three-legged dog. And we will talk to you someday soon on the Weekenders if we can get it on the right channel. Bye.
Are we still live? I think we're live, though. I'll call you in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah. I'll call you in a minute.
Gotcha.
All right.